of battle, sing to the clashing of steel, till all the mountains lie broken and bleeding from wounds that no magic can heal. Go, my child, to Skyrim. I've spent the last couple of days here in Whiterun, resting and learning. I spent some time reading, and I worked with Adrian a little bit at the forge, and also with Arcadia on my alchemy. But I still think I need to focus on my archery a bit more. My problem with using the crossbow is that I can never seem to hit anything that I aim at. But today is my last day in Whiterun. Pretty soon I'll be heading back home to Bruma. So I've been thinking that it really wouldn't be right for me to leave Whiterun without at least visiting Jorrvaskr one time. So that's what we're going to do today. We're going to head up there, talk to the companions a bit, and see if they have any interesting stories to tell. But before we do that, Isolde.
Once I've made enough money trading with the Khajiit caravans, I'm going to buy the bannered mare from Hulda.
Well, hopefully this will help you out a bit. I found a mammoth tusk, and I seem to remember that you were looking for one.
Thank you. This should turn that old cat's gaze. Maybe I'll be able to become a caravaneer myself one day. As promised, let me show you a thing or two about bargaining. Don't want some shifty merchant giving you a raw trade.
Thanks, Isolde. And good luck to you.
Farewell.
Now, let's go up and visit the Hall of the Companions.
Your children, your very lives.
He's still at it. I wonder how he's managed to get away with this without getting arrested yet. He's not exactly subtle. Well, I don't know if we should walk right in. Maybe we should see if there's anybody hanging around outside first. Well, it doesn't look like it. Hello? Oh. Hello there.
Here to be a companion? Well, they just let me in, so there's probably no more room.
No, I'm just here for a visit. So, you're new here. Why did you decide to join the Companions?
Are you kidding? I've wanted to be with them since I was a little girl. Haven't you heard the stories of Kodlak and Skjor fighting off the 101 orc berserkers?
No, I don't know that one.
Skjor says it was more like 40, but he's just being modest. Where else would I want to be but here? Learning from them, fighting at their sides.
So, Skjor and Kodlak, you said. Are they the ones in charge around here?
The Circle are the ones who parcel out the jobs. That's Ayla, Skjor, and the brothers, Farkas and Vilkas. Kodlak advises them, but he doesn't really give orders.
Well, it was nice to meet you.
Alright then.
Is it alright if I head in on side? I guess so. What?
Just keep moving.
Oh, it looks like they're having a sparring match over here.
Good.
Going to enjoy killing you.
Are they gonna keep going at it sword against fist? That hardly seems fair. Ah, there we go.
You know, my money's on the Nord. The Dunmere looks a little bit on the skinny side, though.
Like the bite of a flea.
He does seem to be holding his own.
Get out of our guide.
Hey, how long do these matches usually go on?
Not now. I'm trying to watch this.
Sorry.
Until next time.
Huh. Well, it seems I was right. Too bad I didn't actually make a bet. Could have won some money out of that. Ah, hello.
I'd be dead if not for Vignar. He took me in and helped me turn my life around.
Vignar? So, you're a companion then? Why did you join?
Oh, I'm not a companion myself. I just helped Vignar. He took me in when I was having a tough time and, well, I owe him.
I see. So tell me, what is there to know about the companions?
To hear Vignar tell it, a bunch of layabouts and useless whiners who used to know how to fight. But he thinks everything used to be better. I, for one, would trust any companion with my life.
Interesting.
Farewell, my lady.
What were you saying, Adamla? I couldn't hear you over there. Oh, so. You're not busy watching the fight now.
I haven't seen you before, have I? Have we met? I'm sorry if I've forgotten.
I don't think we've met, no. So, why did you join the companions?
A man of my station has many debts. I'm not much use at labor or learning, but I can throw a punch with the best of them. The companions let me fight for gold, and so I fight. All right, then.
Well, that goes towards what that man said that his friend told him. Ah, not a bad fight. You held your own pretty well there.
Ah, fresh blood. Hope you know how to handle yourself.
No, I'm not here to join. I'm just visiting. So, how about you? Why do you join the companions?
Fortune and glory, friend. Fortune and glory.
Well, that's straight to the point.
Until next time.
There don't seem to be all that many people hanging around here. Hello there.
My brother Vilkas is a better talker than me. He should be around someplace.
Ah, your brother? So, are you one of the brothers the woman outside mentioned? Farkas and Vilkas, I think she said. Why did you join the companions?
Vilkas and I have been here since we were little whelps. Our father Jurgen raised us here. Even Vignar couldn't remember companions younger than us.
Interesting. Say, since you are apparently a member of the Companions' leadership, I was wondering, where do you stand on the war?
Too confusing for me. Empire, Nords, Talos, who cares? Just tell me who needs bludgeoning.
I see. Not much interested in politics, then. Now, where did Autumnlaw go? Ah. Well, you seem to be pretty comfortable here.
Ready to get moving?
You know, you mentioned to me earlier that you were once a member of a company of fighters.
Yes, there was Arnwulf, a former member of the Fighters Guild in Cyrodiil, a big Nord man with an even bigger laugh. In contrast, Ula Way never said a word. He was a retired shadow scale, and the only noise he made was when he sharpened his daggers.
A shadow scale, you say? I've heard the stories about them, and they're indeed dangerous. What about the other members?
Moontail was a conjurer who conjured monsters as quickly as he conjured lies. And Elia, a Breton healer whose lust for man had no cure. Then there was the Bosmer Indrel. Lazy girl, that one. When we made camp, she slept in the trees, but always with one eye open. There was a red guard named Bodan, a man whose gift of strings and tongue once earned him a place beside an Argonian tribal chief. And lastly, our leader, Dalum A, a legendary swordsman who fought in the Great War.
I see. You know, this Bodan you mentioned, is he the reason why you said you prefer Redguard voices over Nord voices? Well, I suppose it is handy to travel with somebody who can play the lute.
Personally, I'd rather have a man who could wield a sword, but Boden's lute was both.
So, this company of fighters, how do the companions compare to them?
Hard to say. Aside from the fact that Dalame recruited mages, I'd say the biggest difference is the name. The companions already have a long history. We were trying to make one. But we were both founded on honor and glory. The fact that a few people around here still believe in it is a testament to their company.
But it seems like most of the companions are more interested in the gold. They're just hunters or sellswords.
But they're still around, which is more than you can say for mine. But in all honesty, if a companion tells you they only care about gold, I take their words with a grain of void salt. Some of these Nords are too afraid they'll sound like milk drinkers to tell you how they really feel. But I don't think they'd be here if Kodlak didn't believe in them as much as Dalum A believed in me.
Well, maybe you're right. Well, these folks don't seem to be much in the mood for telling stories, but maybe you'll tell me a story from your company days.
I remember when Arnwulf used to get drunk. He and Elia would fool around a bit, but one time he had a little too much and got a little too brave.
Uh-oh.
Half naked and beer soaked with saliva, he climbed up the tree Indril was sleeping in. Ha! I've never heard such a high-pitched scream. Moments later, Arnwulf slumped down the tree, a gash running across the breadth of his face.
I take it the
He
scream
ran to
came from
Elia,
him.
Of course, but she refused to heal him. We never did find out who let out that scream, although we all suspected it was him.
You're probably right. So, the Honorable Eight. It must have been more than just a name.
It was. I could tell you 1,000 stories of the glory days, but most of them only remind me of how it ended and what we lost. But the one I'll always remember fondly is the day we were delivering sacks of potions to a village full of Dunmer refugees. Many of my fellow Argonians didn't like what we were doing. Even Moontail scowled at the notion. But Dalome stood his ground. There were sick children who needed these potions. It was the honorable thing.
There's a lot of history there between Dunmer and Argonians, but It's commendable what you did. True honor is doing the right thing, even when it's hard, I suppose.
I thank you, traveler. Your words are kind. Still, to some we were traitors, and it wasn't long before they made their feelings known. They ambushed our camp one night when the mist was thick. Skilled warriors with poison-tipped spears. The others fought them off as best they could. Dalome ordered me to stay with the cargo. One by one, I watched my friends emerge from the white, blood dripping from their wounds.
Sounds grim.
Bodan arrived carrying Ulaway on his shoulder. He said more were on the way. He turned to Elia, but she shook her head. She was all out of magicka. Indril was the first to suggest we drank the potions from the shipment. Dalame said he would kill anyone who tried.
Wow. Did anyone try? What happened next?
I didn't even think. My company looked to me. They trusted me, and I knew then. It didn't matter how many of them were waiting for me in that mist. It was me against them, and I couldn't lose. The others wished me luck. Bodan stood up to speak, but it was Moontail of all people who said the words I'll never forget. Remember, child, he said, it matters not the size of their blades, or the size of their numbers, only the size of your heart. And on that day, it was big enough.
Wow. You know, Anamla, you're not half bad at telling a story. You ever considered becoming a bard?
You lead, I'll follow.
I suppose not, then. So, are you one of the companions?
Oh, I'm just a servant, dear. You want to talk to one of the companions, I'm sure.
Ah, I see.
Goodbye, dear.
Well, doesn't seem there's much to learn here. Not many of the companions actually around today. I wonder if they're all off on jobs. I have to say, I'm a little bit disappointed, but at least when I go home, I can tell everyone that I visited Jorrvaskr, Hall of the Companions. I don't have to tell them that I wasn't particularly impressed. Oh. It is pretty here. I'm almost going to miss Whiterun.
Got something I'm supposed to deliver. Your hands only.
Oh?
Let's see here. A letter. Not sure who from. He wouldn't say, just that he was a friend of yours. Looks like that's it. Got to go.
Alright. Well, let's take a look at this. Okay. Hail, Traveler. I apologize for this ruse, but I sent this letter to you in hopes that it would not be intercepted, and in truth its words are meant for another. For Anamla, then? She's the only person I can think of it could be meant for. I mean, I suppose she's been traveling with me long enough that people may have heard about it. I wish to speak with this person outside the ruins of Folgunthur by the marsh that reminds her of home. This must be for her, then. Give her my regards, as I hope that both of you are well. Sincerely, an old friend. So I have a mysterious friend, and it seems Anamla has a mysterious friend as well.
And what does the Empire do?
Hey, Anamla, you need to take a look at this. I think this note is actually intended for you. What do you make of it?
An old friend? Well, I think we can rule out Hardwolf. This person's knowledge of the alphabet goes beyond the letter C. As for who it is, well, I have no idea. In life, you make a lot of friends and a lot of enemies. And this could be from any of them.
No. I suppose if we're going to meet this person, we should be careful. It's always better to be wrong than unprepared.
Agreed. I didn't always think so. But you get your tail caught in enough traps, and eventually you learn to watch your step.
Wow.
May the Hist guide us.
Let's get back to the Bannered Mare. Have some dinner. And do some planning.
I don't think I'll be able to avoid this stranger for long. Not if he knows where I live.
Yeah. And I just realized that I said we. But I suppose if Anamla has agreed to accompany me to meet my mysterious friend, it's only right that I go to visit hers. And that's another delay to getting home, but I also think it's the right thing to do. Alright, let me think about this for a second. So, I still need to visit Falkreath anyway, and I had a couple of things to do in Riften. So, this is gonna take me out of my way. Go to Riverwood. Maybe go to Falkreath after that. Then to Riften. And then up to Folgunther? It's all the way near Morthal. Still, I can't just leave Anamla hanging. I guess I'll have to write another letter to Mother, letting her know that I'll be staying a little bit longer than expected. Then again, she still hasn't told me if she's planning on staying in Bruma or coming here.
Come on in. We got warm food, warm drinks, and warm beds.
We'll figure it out one way or another. So, John, I haven't seen you yet this trip here. How are you doing?
Well met, kinsman.
So, I take it you're here for a drink?
Ah, the most important question of all, that one. You'll want the Bannered Mare. See old Hulda. She'll keep you swimming in mead. But mind the bard, Mikael. Poncy little milk drinker, that one.
Yeah. I've met him. I take it you don't like him much either?
Ah, man gives bards a bad name. We Nords have a long history as warrior poets. I am proud to count myself among them. But Mikael, he sings only for gold and the affections of wenches. He dishonors our traditions.
I couldn't agree more.
May your sword be sharp, and your tongue sharper.
Thanks, John. You take care of yourself, alright? Speaking of the traditions of bards...
If it's work you need, how about chopping up some wood for the fires?
Actually, I had in mind playing another song or two.
Of course.
Well, let Mikhail finish up this one. Now, what do I want to play this time? How about this one? And that will serve as a fitting farewell to this city. Though, actually, if I'm going to be going with Anumla up to Folgenther before I leave, then maybe we'll stop by Whiterun one last time. I guess we'll see.
I enjoy this work well enough, but I'm ready to retire. I've been thinking of selling the inn to Isolda. Anyway, what do you need?
Well, I'm done for now.
Thank you. Here, this is for you. I'll show you to your room, right this way.
Thanks, Hulda. And thank you for allowing me to play here. It's a nice inn you've got. And I think I'll almost miss it.
Let me know if there's anything else you need.
Thanks, Hulda. I'm just going to get a bite of dinner, maybe do a little bit of reading, and then get a good night's sleep. Because tomorrow, we're going to meet my mysterious friend down in Riverwood.